Okay, it's a 560 SL 1987 model. This is also called an R107. Just trying to figure out why the blower motor does not work. Just a matter of practice. What I ended up doing was starting with removing the 6 or 8 screws on the top of the blower motor here and looking at the wiring coming to this. And you can see down in there, there's a terminal there and a terminal on that side. We had just ground on both sides. Here's our resistor here. Had no power coming to that in order to feed the blower motor. So before we go any further, next step is to check the blower motor speed control. So pull the control deck out of here, and the blower motor control is also called an N29 on the wiring diagrams. Hopefully this is not so shaky. See if I can get that pulled up here. This one right here. We're going to follow through the procedure for checking that we have everything we need and see if that controller is just bad. And we'll see what's happening there. Okay, finally got my setup ready. Going now to check on the red and yellow wire going into our module, looking for power on that wire. So we want our scope to show power with key on. Let me turn the key on now. Oop, keys on, keys off. So that's our first test. Okay, next step is to test pin 2, yellow and red wire, 12 volt low fan speed selected. I believe this is the part where I tested this before and found I did not have what I needed. Yellow and red here, there, plugged in. So I should have 12 volts, key on. Yeah. Key on. We should see a change here. Maybe not. Low fan speed. Make sure I'm doing this right. Low fan speed connected. Or selected. Cool. Yep. Low fan speed menu selected. Yep. So test pin 9, yellow and green wire, which should be the other wire that I've got pierced here. Let's test that. Switch over to that one. And we're looking for ground signal with the high fan speed manually selected. This is the part where we were fine before. Go ahead and select that, make it easier to see. There. Get my voltage min max here, and then with me hitting fast fan high speed, you see it drops down basically to 0. So that passes. Test on pin 9, we're happy. Pin 2, we're not, and that is coming from pin 2. Pin 2. That's the speed input coming from the push button control unit. Okay, so pin 2, we do not have what we need here. So we're failing there. That's the first thing we've failed. Test some of these others real quick. Pin 1, black, green, and white wire. Check that real quick. Okay, so if I can get that to focus. Come on. Black, green, and white wire, variable voltage input from the push button control unit. We have, I've tested this earlier, had a little over 6 volts when it was unplugged and sitting out here. Have around 3.1, 3.2 volts. Doesn't seem to change when I hit auto or any of the other stuff here. That may still be another failure of the push button control unit. I want to disconnect the connector and then apply 12 volts directly to pin 6. I'll do that real quick. hopefully this is a decent enough angle. I'm using some sockets to hold up my phone here. Okay, so what it wants me to do now is test pin 6246. So we should have continuity to ground. That's indicating that we have, let me turn this off, indicating that we have continuity to ground through our motor windings and also through the blower motor resistor. So putting power here, of course you do that right here, should have the blower motor come on. And if we can hear that, but we do have a blower motor going full speed, so that gives me indication that all of this is working, but we have a failure in the push button control unit. So that is my next step, is to go ahead and replace the push button control unit and then come back. Okay, an update afterwards. Go ahead and turn the light on here. This is a replacement piece here for the control module assembly. Got nice new buttons on that one. It's a reman unit. Here's our old one. A little bit wore out, but we're working now. Looking like we're supposed to. Go ahead and turn this on and select any of these. You can hear the fan coming on. See the paper blowing around there. So we're back in business, working like we're supposed to. All different speeds. We're happy either way. We've got high and low and auto. So back to working.